Hey everyone, and welcome to Grenades and Horseshoes, where we strive to bring good times, good feels, and general shenanigans every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
All right,
Hey.
Mark, we're live.
How's it going? We made
Good,
it.
man.
So I guess just like me, you have been no-lifing Destiny because we've been doing that together. It's quite an experience. Destiny 2. It's upon us. It has been upon us. It's the reason that we haven't had a show in a couple of weeks, right? Because we're selfishly no-lifing Destiny 2. So welcome to episode 9. Many weeks in the making, everyone. Episode 9 of Grenades and Horseshoes. And I am MarkSquare, as I am every week. I hope that never changes. This is Grey Ghost 2E, my co-host. Yunalala is actually invisible right now. She's there. She's there. You don't see her.
She's wearing one of those green spandex things you see at football games, and then I chromaed her out of the scene.
Yeah. Speaking of which, my Destiny onesie arrived. It is super deluxe. Like it has, like
we don't talk about Destiny 1 anything on this show, MarkSquare. This is a Destiny 2 show.
Okay.
I want to hear about your Destiny 2Z.
My Destiny 2Z showed up. I was going to say Destiny 2Z. Yes, I love that our jokes are syncing up. Hey, Zachary and chat. Hey, hello to everyone in chat. Thank you for tuning in with us once again as we resume our Grenades and Horseshoes show here on the Planet Destiny Twitch channel. So we should talk about what we think about the game. I guess you guys can already tell by my enthused tones how I feel. But what about you? First impressions, Grey Ghost, what did you think?
Oh man, just for context, MarkSquare, myself, Yunalala, we joined up as a fire team for the launch of Destiny 2. We are on different time zones, but when the servers went live, we were right there in the game running that campaign. So I mean, this is a couple weeks ago now. It was a Monday night, or Tuesday night, I'm sorry. And I think we played for like 14 hours straight, something like that. It was,
I want to say, yeah.
All night.
Yeah.
We played all night. We did not beat the campaign the first night, but we did take just a few hours for sleep, hopped right back in it. But our goal in this was to experience the game in its fullest as quickly as possible. We wanted to have that firsthand experience and then really get raid ready. So in terms of timeline, we have really run through the gamut of this early phase of Destiny 2, and we're now kind of easing into really what we're seeing as almost the second phase of this game, right? We're reaching our light level caps, our power level caps. We're figuring out the exotic quests, the new things that you can get, better ways to run the raid. So these last 2 weeks have been an absolute whirlwind, and to say that I've suffered a Destiny 2 hangover pretty much every day, it would be accurate, very accurate.
I totally agree. I came home from PAX. I got home at about 11:30 my time. The game went live at midnight my time. I was so wrecked. And not just that, PAX was so wonderful. I met so many people from the Destiny community that I had only ever played games with. Some people I'd never even played games with. I had such a great time. Hanging out with all the guys over at Resolute and Math Class and all the events and meeting Paris for the first time. His muscles are even bigger in real life, just in case you were wondering. And it was incredible. And then all that, just had a wonderful time with Remy. Spent the last day of PAX with him and his kids and had a great time talking to Javi and everything. And then get on a plane the next day, fly home, and Destiny 2 is out. Like, get home, don't even change my socks. Just start playing Destiny. It was incredible. And we played, like Gray said, for like 14 hours straight, all the way to like the morning, 10 a.m. And slept for a few hours and started playing again. And it was really hard to process that much Destiny for a couple weeks. But I will say this, the campaign, the main characters, I cared so much about what happened. The story was incredible. I was engaged from the very beginning. The campaign to me was just so much fun that I can't even it took me a week to realize it, but I couldn't. It was hard for me to even compare it to Destiny 1 because of the way I experienced it over the course of a week, whereas I experienced this over the course of 14 hours. But I did love it. And I continue to love it. The new things I'm experiencing in the game, I really, really like. So for me, first impressions, just stellar. I really, really enjoy it. All the quality of life changes. You get into a game like Destiny and it becomes so much about the community. Like I said, meeting people that you only play games with, and it's a super positive community. And then what you really want from the game is to enjoy the time that you spend there with your friends. So I do. And I'm excited about that. I'm really happy about the way that it's shaped up for sure. If I could change anything, I'd say, hey, give me more 6-player content, like as far as PvP, or at least give me custom games. We're building a raid up. We can play some custom games and all stay in one activity. Sure. That would be awesome. I would love that. Or more options for more people to play together. But basically that's it for me. Otherwise I am 100% happy with Destiny 2.
It checked a lot of boxes for me too. For one, the engine is fantastic. The game looks and feels very much like Destiny, but an improvement in all fronts. I mean, we can nitpick, maybe the balance on the guns isn't quite what we want, especially if we get into talking about trials and what we've experienced this past week in trials. We could talk about how they've chosen to roll out how missions are only replayable when you go through these memories, and that's kind of a step back compared to Destiny 1 when you could launch into any mission you wanted to. But at this phase of the game, I just want to be really happy. I want to be happy with what we waited. We waited a good year and a half, at least a year of solid drought time. Rise of Iron did not really meet my expectations for a DLC. And now we have this fantastic game with a ton of content. There's still secrets to be found. There's so many new elements to the game. And this is just a foundation, which is what I love most about it. We've got a new engine, a new story. They said that they built this from the ground up with the purpose of it being more flexible for future updates, for live updates, live events. And I'm really pushing it to Bungie to say, please deliver on that promise. We want to see that this game is really as flexible as you designed it to be. And when you want to do a live event, it isn't, thousands of hours of hardcore programming to make it happen.
Yeah, I totally agree. I would like to talk a little bit about the time, what we do with our time in Destiny 2. So in Destiny 1, I would just say, hey, let's run some strikes, right? How many strikes are in Destiny 2 so far? 4? I think 4? 5? Okay, but we didn't spend our time grinding strikes to get our light level up. We spent our time...
We did that a little, and we realized it was a little futile for the most part.
Yeah.
Like the drop to time ratio was just not there to make it worthwhile doing the strikes, especially when you were at that entry light level. The strikes were a hard experience when you had entry level light. Now that we're running up in the 290s, 300s, it's not nearly as strenuous, but going in there at 220, it was
a struggle. It was. So we spent our time, of course, let's take it one at a time, lost sectors. We did a lot of lost sectors, but it all revolves around patrolling. We would go onto the planet, we would run adventures, we would run patrols, we would run lost sectors, public events, all that stuff, and it just kind of happens organically. You just kind of land on the planet, you're running around together. I would really love it if we could do that as at least 4 players. That would be awesome, because you could go straight from that to PvP and back. Right. But man, it's incredible because I'm not saying that you can indefinitely run public events and just love it every time. But there's enough variety that if you're just cruising around a planet, it feels very good to drop into a lost sector, come out, hit a public event when that's ready to go. Do your patrols along the way. Maybe pick up some of the treasure maps from Cade and like look for those along the way. They're placed in such a manner that it is difficult to find some of them.
Sure.
They're right there on the map, but you don't know what level it's at. You got to be standing in a certain spot. Sometimes look for just the glow of the chest to find it sometimes. And it's just really, really, that part of the game is really, really well done. I really, really enjoyed that.
Speaking of just little quality of life improvements, one of the things that I remember Bungie mentioning during the development of Destiny 2 was that they were trying to remove as many barriers to the experience from an interface perspective as possible. I think even Kotaku had the start of an article which it was, talking about Destiny. It said Destiny, a game about going through various menus to try to find the location you want to get to. And I spend much fewer time, just a lot less time, going in through the menus to try to determine how do I get to the location that I want to be at in order to have the experience that I want to have. Mm-hmm. And they've cut out a lot of those steps. I don't have to go and review my quests. Okay, my quest is telling me I have to go here, then pull up the directory. I got to go up to orbit first. All right, now I'm in orbit. Now I can pick this. They've cut out so many of those steps. Yeah. The fast travel on planets. I love that it is shifted. And again, we love Destiny 1. Thousands of hours. Bungie hit a home run with that game. But this is an improvement, a quality of life improvement that makes the game a little bit more immersive. It makes it so I don't feel like I'm spending near as much time jumping through my menus trying to accomplish something. They've improved that. I don't know that it's perfect. I think that's something they continue to work on and tweak to make that interface better. There's still times I'm going to menus that it's a little bit burdensome, that I feel like there has to be a better way. Probably the number one situation is when I'm trying to matchmake with my friends. When I'm trying to get them in my fire team, into my party chat, I still feel like I have to jump through too many menus to get to that piece.
I agree. Holding down the button to reach, so it brings it up, and then you're actually 2 bumpers away from being to your roster still. Mm-hmm. It feels a little better on PlayStation because you've got that giant button. You can't miss it. At this point, we should ask, actually, those in the chat, if you're feeling chatty, go ahead and put your best and worst about Destiny 2. What's your favorite new thing? What's your least favorite? I'd be interested to see that, because there's a lot of things that are like, oh, that is like my pet peeve about Destiny 2. It would be perfect without this or that. But then there are so many things that are good, and it's funny the difference of opinion about what is the best new thing and what's the worst. Like, I love the Nightfall. I love it. And I tell people that, and they're like, what? Why would you? That's awful. I hate the Nightfall. Gray and I and Justin from Dad Tales last night, we took us 3 tries on the Xbox, and I'm like 280 or something, 289. It's not my light level. That's not the problem. But it was fascinating. Like this week's Nightfall spoiler, if you've not done it, is about shooting oracles, basically, to add time to your run, and finding those things and working together to run through the map, be able to handle the ads while simultaneously trying to find where those things are at, shoot them down. And then not only that, with this week's, it's the guy that keeps disappearing, which is a super troll when you're on a time clock. Getting to that point with enough time that you can burn him down, take the ads out, make him reappear, all that stuff. I just love it. I absolutely. Hello. Did you just come up with the escalator? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. There you go. That's Yunalala.
Hi, guys.
All right, everybody, welcome Yunalala to the show.
While she gets settled and welcome Yunalala, I'm going to read some of the comments and chat about least favorite, most favorite. Maynard James says, least favorite, running 5 characters through the story. Almost done with my 6th. Ooh. I can see that. That is the thing. I leveled on Xbox first. We were a little short-handed over there. I went over there, leveled. it's been tough to want to level up again through the campaign so quickly after doing it the first time.
Right.
Ace in Space says, worst, heroic strikes missing. Oh, yeah. I used to be able to spend a session playing strikes, and now I cannot. Plus no buff. Plus for new players, there's too big a jump from strikes to nightfall. I agree. There is a leveling problem between, and it feels like you hit 260, and then to get up to 280 and on up to 300 really feels like a real struggle.
Yeah, especially when they've already added 2 different tiers of the Nightfall. That entry level tier of the Nightfall, even with the rewards being what they are. I mean, now that we're up into the 290s, 300 light, the prestige Ingrams, the powerful Ingrams, they aren't as I wouldn't be upset if they lowered the difficulty of the Nightfall to help players that are at either a lower power level or not as skilled at the game because they just picked it up to get to experience that content. I understand the prestige Nightfall. Maybe that's for the really try hard. You have to work at it, practice the level, figure out the best ways to work through it in order to accomplish it. But maybe not for that entry level for the Nightfall. I don't really get why they made it as difficult as they did.
I get it too. And maybe when we get a full loadout of guns, like, a lot of variety, some of the more exotic guns coming in and bringing in those abilities. But I think Ace has a good point. If there were heroic strikes that were above regular strikes that were a stopgap between strikes, then you've got heroic strikes and they're dropping a little bit higher light, and then you've got your Nightfall, it's dropping the full light. That's a really good point, Ace. I really appreciate that. That's a really good idea. It would help to bridge that gap, because I don't know really anybody who's not complaining about that gap and getting from 265 above. And that would really help. I mean, if there was a stopgap between powerful Ingrams and the regular gear that you're getting dropped. So now that we got Yunalala here, the only thing you've missed is we've been talking about what our favorite and least favorite things, but then particularly what our first impressions were. Let's hear what your first impressions are.
We also did all of our giveaways early in the show too. So
we
gave away an Xbox. We gave away a PS4.
You could have won it.
We gave away a Bungie tour. That was the coolest one that we did.
I did get a box of loot today that I haven't gone through yet.
Yeah, I sent Yuna a bunch of stuff from PAX, a lot of goodies. I can't. I want to tell her. I want to talk about them now, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. So
I tried to open it, and my daughter had a little mini meltdown. She's like, "Presents for me?" I'm like, "Okay, let's talk about this." Aw, Kate 6. I have one, but he's still in the box. Yeah. Let me see. Let me collect my thoughts after having my mom night. I mean, honestly, I had such a great time. I mean, of course, there's like all kinds of little nitpicky stuff, and I'm sure we're going to go through all the nitpicky stuff, but as a whole, I am extremely pleased with the way that Destiny 2 has come out. I mean, I don't think I could have asked for anything better as far as, them improving on Destiny 1 and, trying to at least loop people in and make them feel engaged while still making sure that new people knew what was going on too. They really had a tough job because they knew that a lot of people are going to be jumping on with Destiny 2 that didn't necessarily get through everything on Destiny 1 or weren't super lore buffs or anything like that. And so I feel like it was satisfying. Was it the absolute best story that they could have done? Probably not, but it was. I'm going to take a page out of OBX Boys. It was pretty damn good still.
Yeah, I agree. Well, one thing that they did do to combat what you were just talking about is I didn't realize this, if you ran a character that was one that was in D1, so if you didn't redo your looks and you continued on and you were considered then a veteran player, right? You got a different set of dialogue through the campaign, and that's not just like funny little stuff that you would hear. It was like the first time you meet the Taken, instead of them explaining who the Taken were, which is a little bit clunky, for new players, but they did it. They had that in there if you were new. It doesn't tell you that. It's like, hey, remember when we took down the Taken before? Wasn't that cool? Remember like all that stuff we did? If you're a veteran player. So the alternate dialogue I thought was going to be for veteran players. It was going to be funny, or it was going to be more rare, or just different. But no, it was actually like it was almost like, you know, when you're reading a trilogy of books, and the second book has that really annoying like and super almost transparent like this is what this character is like. This is what this character is like, and you're like, this is really dumb. Like, why am I hearing this? They were able to avoid that for veteran players. And they did it well because I started a new character and played it through the campaign as well, and it was done well. But it wasn't, when I played on my veteran character, it felt even better because it felt like more of a continuation to me, and it wasn't explaining things that didn't need to be explained, you know, as I went through. So.
See, I didn't even realize they did that because I didn't run any new characters. I just ran, you know, my characters all through. Mm-hmm. Well, not all of them, 2.
Well, you'll get it once we start playing on PC, right? Because we're all will be totally fresh for PC.
Yep.
I know everyone at work thinks I'm insane.
For running multiples.
Yeah. Let's talk about one quality of life thing that Bungie could do right now to help many of us is that whole cross-save compatibility. I would love for just my 3 Guardians
even if it's just Xbox.
Yeah. I don't even care if I play with people. Like, if I don't want cross-play necessarily. I don't want to be able to play Xbox and PlayStation. I want cross-save. I want the same Guardians to be across the platforms. Go ahead and lock out the weapons that are exclusive. Gray them out. That's fine.
Yeah.
But having to manage... In fact, that was Maynard James, right?
I'll even take a 2-week grace period for the newbies on PlayStation, on the PC. If they want to lock it out for 2 weeks and not let me bring my characters over yet, I will take that. I will totally give them that so that we are not ahead of them. I totally will go for that.
Yeah.
But
well, we know it's kind of possible. Like, right? Like, say you redeem a code for, like, say the Confluence of Light code that we got at PAX, right? You put it in, and if all of your accounts are linked on Bungie.net, your Xbox, your PlayStation, your PC, you get it in all 3 spots. You get that emblem in all 3 spots. So we know it's possible that, you know, you could, like, I don't even care if it's like story progression. It's just my gear. On down the road, like, okay, you know, I've got this scout rifle over here on the Xbox. Like, why can't I have it over here on the PlayStation at the same level? You know, I would really love to see that. I wonder if there is a game design reason why they're not doing it. Like, they would actually like.
I don't think it is. I think it's purely the platforms, 100%. I truly believe it's just the platforms. I believe if they.
It could be a certain amount of work, but I remember playing Skyrim on PlayStation 3, and when I got it on my PC, I wanted to play it with all the different PC mods attached to it, and I was actually able to convert the file off my PS3 and play my same character on PC. Yeah. What? People had developed tools to convert your save file across platforms. Nice. So I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility for them to do this. I think it's very much within their realm of possibility. It's just a matter of the work it takes to develop it.
Yeah,
right. Well, and that's not going to be an option with Destiny either, if they don't want it to be an option. Because, I mean, where it's an always online world, I mean, if someone made a program that made that possible, and then you're kind of like working around Bungie's system, I can't imagine they wouldn't. It would be a ban.
Be blocked, be banned. Those kind of tools.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they couldn't develop them internally.
That's right. I would love to see that. That gives me a lot of questions I want to ask to a lot of people, to be honest, because that would be so amazing, so amazing. Okay. Anything else that we missed? We did talk about, you know, a little bit when you were gone about the way that 3-player fire teams function in Destiny 2 versus Destiny 1, in that we didn't so much just run strikes again and again.
Yeah, we barely did any strikes.
We barely did any. We went down to the planets themselves. We did lost sectors. We did public events. We did patrols. We explored, found Cade's chests. All that stuff. It felt like a real adventure, and just like in real life, I called not in on driving. I wasn't allowed to actually be the fire team leader for reasons that I messed things up when that was the case. So, did you have anything to say on that? What's your opinion on the way that the even the storyline plays out through adventures and things like that. How did you feel about that? What were your thoughts?
Well, for me personally, I feel like the grind has not been a grind, which is a big improvement. And I know that's not the case for everyone, because I do know some people that are having a really hard time and they're hitting humps they can't seem to get over. And I do definitely attribute that to, me having you guys in my pocket the whole time. It didn't feel like I was trying. You jumped in my pocket. But it didn't feel like I was like, oh god, I can't believe I have to go do this, and the only thing that I'm loathing doing is getting the airborne SMG kills, because I still haven't done that. But that's not grinding, and in the grand scheme of things, that it's actually not that bad.
No, and ask Gray about his. What do we do for his?
Yeah,
we ran around to EZ.
Even if we don't do what we did, if you just find a dancing partner to weaken the ads for you, so you just have final shots that you're spraying, because the SMGs have a fair bit of kick, and it's kind of nice to get them down as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We knocked it out in 5 minutes.
Because I was weakening everything. Okay, so he was on a hunter, right? And the jump makes you, you drop to the ground.
Yeah.
That's why I love a hunter. You drop behind things. But if you're on a warlock, I didn't even need any help. What were we doing? We were just doing nightfall, or we were doing strikes or something, and I did it automatically. Or public events. But yeah, for a hunter, it doesn't hurt to have someone to help you do that, to get your multi-tool, for sure. Sure, I'm willing to do that. I like alternate win conditions like that. Yeah, but we're playing together is the key. I think that's the key. Find your fire team. You can be nice to at least 2 people on the planet. Nice enough to get them to be in your fire team. Is that Ollie? Say hi.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
And the 21 that are enjoying in the chat. We play on all platforms. Certainly hit us up. We'd love to run some content with you and hear your perspective on the game as well. So this is a game that's meant to be best experienced with a community, and we're happy that you're part of our community here and part of the Planet Destiny show, and we'd like to share that with you as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's head to our first segment of the night. It's called Quick Draw. This is a recurring segment that we have a lot, and it's Ollie's favorite segment that we do because it's so visual. And this is EmilyMeganX. She's a fellow DCA member with me. She draws really detailed Destiny weapons, Destiny logos, just beautiful work, all by hand. And you'll see, of course, you can already tell this is the Sunshot exotic hand cannon that she's detailing in right now. And you're gonna see, she starts using these watercolor pencils, and the end result is so fantastic. And
she's a Guardian. She hails from the UK, right?
Correct. Yes, she does. And she just with very. It's pencils. You will not believe what it looks like when she's done. It is so phenomenal. This is a community, obviously, that's fairly tech savvy. This is, we're all playing video games. We enjoy Destiny, and we're making Destiny art. A lot of it is done digitally. There's an astounding amount. Most, if not, almost all of my art. If I do something Destiny related that is hand done, that's a big deal. I don't do that very often. I do it for the vaultofglasses.com website, right. For my buddy over there, but that is it. That's the only reason I would ever do anything by hand. Otherwise, it's digital. The fact that she does it this way, traditionally with these watercolor pencils, and she blends it all in, and the end result is so beautiful and so well done, is very, very impressive to me. And what I look forward to, I was talking to her the other day, and she is going to try her hand a little more at doing some digital art. She tried it very early on, before the programs were really there. And I can't even imagine, if she can do this with traditional media, what her digital art is going to look like. It is going to be so incredible. I can't wait to see it.
Does she give you an idea of what we're obviously time lapsing this down, but what was the How long did it take for her to complete this piece?
I don't know, but based on how regularly I see she has new work and she's posting it on her YouTube channel fairly regularly. She's doing roughly one a week, and it's not her primary job. I'm guessing that based on the way time lapses work, that she's probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of I'd say 6 to 7 hours in this, which is phenomenal as well.
Wow,
phenomenal. Yeah. So,
Sunshot.
and the Sunshot, Sunshot that's Yuna's one of Yuna's favorites from Destiny 2. Oh,
It's my favorite.
Yeah. She really.
You got to get that Better Devils though. Better Devils plays. So,
I have one.
Yeah,
I have one.
Use it.
I'm so bad at hand cannons. Well, I think the reason why I love the Sunshot so much is because it's a great ad clearer.
It is.
It's beautiful at clearing ads.
A lot of people are comparing it to the Fatebringer, which was, of course, the gun to have in Destiny 1, because of the same thing. It just the Firefly, and the explosion on the Sunshot is so impressive, and it's so beautiful to watch and stuff too that I really like it. So as you're seeing here, she's working on the Vex Mythoclast, and this is the piece that where I discovered that she was doing this type of art and how she was doing it, and it's just really, really well done. The Mythoclast that she's doing was one of her earlier ones.
Yeah, what is your guys' over under if this is gonna come back in Destiny 2? You think we're gonna see it?
No.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I think maybe on that second DLC we might see it.
You think so?
No, I don't think so.
Why don't you think so, Yuna?
I mean, well, you think about it, because it's a Vex weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the second DLC is definitely going to be more. From what I understand, it's going to be Warmind based. Honestly, I want to see new things. I don't want to see.
Sure.
I don't want, as much as I love the Vex Mythoclast, I would definitely prefer they come up with some new crazy guns from the Warminds. I mean, that is a perfect opportunity for more lore to come out with the weapons from the Warminds.
I agree. I would be very surprised if any of the raid-specific exotics came back at all.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Mythoclast was so tied to the lore and the story of the Vault of Glass, and then the Necrochasm. I would love for the Necrochasm to come back, but I don't think it's going to either. And what was the Pulse that was tied to Wrath, and that.
Yeah.
What was the one?
Prime.
Outbreak Prime.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that being a raid-specific exotic.
Yeah.
I agree that the raid, it would be very odd for Touch of Malice to be in Destiny 2 without a good reason for it. Because of how tight it is. Since I wasn't a Destiny 1 year 1 player, I never really thought of the Mythoclast as a raid-specific exotic, because it wasn't how I did get it through when it came back in Age of Triumph as a raid-specific exotic, but I didn't have that drive in year 1. I mean, I didn't know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Man, so good. It just looks so good.
She does such a great job. I want to address something in the chat really quick. Really great job, and I want to give Emily her promotions here too. If you go onto Instagram, EmilyMeganX Art. So EmilyMeganXArt. That's the same on Facebook as well. And then if you go to YouTube and you look up EmilyMeganX, you can find her at all those locations. That was the one the outlet she uses the most often. Does all kinds of time lapses all the time of Destiny art. It's really, really well done. Just go and check her out. Great member of the Destiny community artists with me as well. Really have a great time over there with all the fellow Destiny artists and hanging out with them, and really encouraging, positive group. And she is definitely a very positive and really, really kind person within that group. So really great to feature her here on the show. Someone in the chat, Dan of the Dead, is asking any recommendations for finding raid or trials groups for D2. He's saying he's having trouble. He played in year 1, but he's having trouble now. There's something built into the games called guided games, and I haven't had the chance to test it out much yet. But that would be a good way to maybe find a couple more people if you were to join, use your guided games tickets. They'll be at the Postmaster. That would be a way in game to do that. Hey Nem, welcome to the chat. I do believe that
early feedback, again, it's in beta. They're still working on tweaking it. They're incentivizing teams to play nice with the whole Oathkeeper score, but it isn't exactly active yet. It's not it's not really recording, it's not working.
Right.
One of the Guardian 1 members hopped in using Guardian Games and had actually a really bad experience with it. Now, the teams, the idea though is that teams who perform poorly or they have a bad attitude and people don't have a good experience will score lower on those Oathkeeper scores. And that'll help filter out between the really good teams that'll help you run through content and then the really bad teams that you don't want to run with. But we're just so early in the experience that it's not really set yet. So if you do jump into it, just recognize that it's early on. You might not have a good experience. And if you don't want to put yourself at the risk, there are some other tools out there that you could use.
There are, yes.
Definitely like the 100 and everything like that would be a really great way to meet some cool people.
Yeah, 100.io. Planet Destiny actually has a LFG as well. And I think the deal is I feel like Twitter is a really good way to meet other Guardians as well because, as much as LFGs are great and you get done with your content, a lot of times you go your separate way. The 100.io is specifically very good because it puts you with 100 people and you get to know those people a little more. It's not like you're LFGing the whole community every time. The idea is to get an active group of people that you again and again interact with so that you can you get to know them. That being said, I feel like the best way to get to know a lot of people is on Twitter and get to know the type of people that you are. I mean, it's great to play games with people who are like-minded. The community is really big. There's a lot of different personalities in it. Find the one that fits you. And Nim has posted this DestinyLFG.net, and that is the one that is associated with Planet Destiny, and that is a really great one. It's been there since year one. Just keep in mind, just like what Gray said, guided games is not going to be a perfect system. Nobody on the planet is perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. You're not going to find people who are like you 100% of the time or interact with the world the way that you do. Just keep doing that. I mean, if you say you LFG'd 3 different things and you found one person in that whole time that you're like buds with, that's a win. How long is that going to take? You'll have, keep doing that. You'll have 4 buds, 5 buds, and then you're in a raid, Yay! So, I mean, just keep it up. Just don't let, a few bad experiences turn you off of the entire community, for sure. There's positive, like-minded people out there, for sure.
And Deltag Host 22, just check and see if there was another person in your fire team that had the Rat King quest that required that step. You have to have at least 2 members of your fire team in the Nightfall have that step of the quest for it to count, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that could be,
it's kind of stinky.
Yeah. Otherwise, the Nightfall this week has been a little glitchy, and I'm not sure if that could be tied into the glitch that has been going on with some other people with the Nightfall this week.
Yeah, for sure. So he finished the Nightfall with 5 minutes, 4 seconds left, which kudos. That's an amazing job.
Yes.
But yeah, if
it's not
other
something
people...
that we did last week.
No, I don't remember what our final time was with Justin last night. Yuna had a busy night and couldn't join us, but
we were actually just at like 440 something, and we would have had it except we played a little reckless right at
Mark
the end.
kept dying.
And we didn't need it, actually. That was the other thing. Is
Mark
we weren't at the point.
Kept dying.
We actually did all wipe, right at about 5 minutes and 15 seconds, which if you wipe as a fire team, I mean, that knocks 25 seconds off your time. It's only 2 seconds or something.
You don't go to orbit. You sit there and you think about what you've done. That's what you do. You're in the Destiny corner. Yep. You just think about it.
Your name is not Baby because Destiny put you in the corner.
That's right. Destiny Baby goes in the corner.
We're going to move in probably to our gameplay section of the show, which... Before we jump right into that, I just want to talk about how terrible an idea it was to change our Twitter banners as a punishment for losing our challenge the week prior. And
because of being at PAX.
we didn't
It was
realize the
amazing.
gravity of this. So I went to PAX as well, and I got to meet a lot of Mark's friends and colleagues that he had already developed relationships with. And maybe just to recap, if you weren't following us on Twitter, and please certainly do follow us on Twitter. Mark and I lost a challenge epically, like every week. It's an epic loss for Mark and I. And Yuna got to pick our Twitter banners for a week. And Yuna, what did?
Well, it was supposed to be 2 weeks, but I let you off the hook.
I couldn't do it. It was hurting me too bad. What did you pick for Mark and I's Twitter banner?
Well, you guys kind of duped it out, but Mark got the first shot because he happened to be on Twitter at the moment. But it was NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC and yeah.
So I chose back because I'm old, and I thought that was fitting.
Yeah. Fair enough. I was reluctant to put it up, but here I am trying to meet these people saying I love Destiny. I put thousands of hours in the game. Check out my Twitter. I'm an admin in a clan. I'm on a podcast. I'm on a show on Planet Destiny, and really everybody's just calling bullshit on me the whole time because they're like, all I see is that you're a fan of NSYNC and you couldn't get over the late 1990s. Like,
it was so perfect.
Yunalala.
It was so perfect. It was good because when people would I think I met a few people that I wasn't friends with on Twitter yet, and it was just like, everybody's out drinking and having a great time anyway, and you're like, oh yeah, when you follow me, just I just lost a challenge, so that's why my banner is the way that it is, and everyone's like, oh, that sounds fun. Like I'd love, everyone's interested in being in a challenge that makes that kind of thing happen to others and possibly themselves. So kudos, that was a great pick.
Terrible,
great
it was
pick.
awful. Right. So we got to come up with a punishment for this week.
Yeah,
we didn't actually come up with one, or did we come up with one prior? I can't remember.
Okay.
No.
You guys come up with one. I have to let Ollie in because he's
Okay.
been using the
Okay,
outside.
and we'll get the stream set up for the gameplay portion. I'm actually going to head over there now.
All right.
Boom.
So I'm
There.
going to launch on strike. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a kill race on a strike. We don't know what strike we're going to get unless the way I understand it, you open up the strike playlist. It gives you what it gives you. Unless you're in the middle of some kind of a challenge, there's no other way. You get a randomized strike. So we don't know what it's going to be. But we're going to do a kill race. Whoever has the most kills at the end of this wins the challenge.
And if you're watching live on stream, if you look up, let's see if I can point so you can see it, up to the the upper right corner will show you whose screen you're looking at. So Yunalala's versus MarkSquare's screen versus Grey Ghost. So I'll kind of rotate them throughout the stream. I get a 10 kill bonus because I'm manning the helm for the stream, right? Is that fair? No?
Okay, what do we come up with?
We haven't. We're just talking about you since you weren't here to hear it.
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
So I've got an idea, and I don't know why, because I'm a glutton for punishment, but I think the winner of the strike gets to rewrite the Twitter description of the other two.
You
and it
are
has to
glutton
stay
for
there
punishment.
for a week. They can write whatever they want in the Twitter description as long as it isn't, offensive, which none of us would do anything like that. But they get to rewrite it to be whatever they want for a week.
You are glutton for punishment.
Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. For a week. Okay, so Twitter description is in the control of whoever wins. And there's a limit on characters for Twitter description. And I want to put a limit that you can't put any links to anything dirty.
Dirty.
That's what you were thinking.
No, I'm only thinking it because I know that's what you were thinking. And all I can think of, so I know exactly what you're going to put for everyone's Twitter descriptions if you win.
It's going to be a poo joke for sure.
Yeah. It's probably going to be
Jokes.
just
Oh,
like
man.
emoji butts all over the place.
I don't
and
know.
that's it.
I think what I'm going to do is my friend Baroque over on the Dad Tells podcast has a bad joke or a dad joke every week. And I think I'm just going to tell him, hey, look, I need the most epic bad joke that you know.
I know, but those are funny because they're so bad.
I know.
That's like
so
less
fun.
of a punishment, more of a ha-ha.
Oh,
It's all right, though.
that's okay.
I know it's funny. I laugh at Baroque's jokes.
All right.
I do. I
Love
don't.
them all.
I'm not-
So it's most kills, right? We're just going straight.
Most kills.
Whoever has the
Yeah,
most
most kills.
kills
Yep. Here we
wins.
go. Here we go. Nim in chat says he's crossing his fingers for Pyramidion. Does anyone else think of the Enchiridion?
I haven't had that one yet. I still haven't had that stripe loadout. Those that are in the chat, put in hashtag Team Gray, hashtag Team Yuna, hashtag Team Mark. If you have a specific host that you would like to support in this. Every hashtag counts as a kill, so we appreciate it.
No, it doesn't. That's not
It
true.
doesn't? Well, you're going to get the most of them, Yuna.
No,
But that's just because they're Fairweather fans and you haven't lost a challenge on the show.
I have lost a challenge.
1 week. Didn't Gray win 1 week?
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah, this
undefeated.
week.
I am definitely unwinneted, though.
Team Gray Bay, Fear to Beard, I appreciate it. That's a kill.
That is not a kill. We are in the one that was in the beta, the inverted spire, which is basically a butt joke right inside the name of. Do you guys experience this, that when you fly into a strike and you're riding your sparrow and you're all like happy about it, you get into the group of enemies, they shoot your sparrow and not you, and it blows up and kills you? Have you guys experienced this?
Yes, I have.
Definitely have. I feel like for maximum amount of kills, are you guys farming ads?
No, I was changing my gear.
I am. I'm farming ads.
Oh, darn, you got both those.
I'm so bad with the Dawnblade. I had the most epic fail on Dawnblade in PvP the other day. There were some guys up in a tower, and I hit a Dawnblade to the right of the window. I hit a Dawnblade to the top of the window.
Left total buns.
He is so small. You were right. It was embarrassing. Shax was like, "This is not amazing."
All right.
So I'm using the auto from the raid, and
Okay.
it is fantabulous. I really like it.
I'm using it as well. Gosh, what is it? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm not using it from the raid. I'm using the auto from Trials, which is also excellent.
Fancy. I have not tried Trials due to raid/nap reasons. That's all I've done. Is I've raided and I've napped.
As my controller batteries are low, which could be epically bad.
This mini tool is so much fun. I love it so much. I'm not even going to shoot that big ad. I'm going to let you guys weaken him. How about this dance? So good.
I'm gonna have to go into.
I just want to give a little shout out
just to catch up.
to Lays Summerstone. I promised him that when I ran the raid, I would watermelon all my guns up, and I kept that promise, even though it ran me out of Glimmer totally, and out of every watermelon shader I owned. So
I actually haven't gotten a single watermelon shader yet, but I hear that Test Efforts has it this week, so I'm gonna buy some.
What do you guys? There's been a lot of debate, and maybe the chat can weigh in as well. What are your guys' thoughts on the new shader system? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's a money grab?
hang on, you're echoing, Gray. I'm gonna mute you. In the game. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you like the new shader system? Do you think Bungie's just after more of your hard-earned dollars?
So I do think they're after some of our hard-earned dollars. I don't necessarily believe it's Bungie doing it. I do absolutely love that I can change my shaders the way that I do on each item. So that is awesome to me. Absolutely fantastic. However, I don't like that they're consumable the way they are, because that drives me bananas. Because I was definitely one of those people that did all kinds of, different, shaders for the occasion, all that stuff. And the fact that I can't do that now is a bummer of the utmost order.
Yeah.
I actually like it. I like shopping in real life. I like microtransacting. I like if there's a finite resource, it makes me feel like that resource is more valuable. So I love everything about the new shader system. I like that it hurts. I like that when you use it, it's gone. I also, in the late game for Destiny, I feel like sometimes you get towards the end of a content release and everyone's like, well, I'm doing my Nightfall, I'm doing my Raid, I'm doing my Crucible Ingram, I'm out, right?
Oh no.
Sure.
Oh, I can't even revive you. You're up there. I mean, it's not even because I'm being mean. So I like the idea that later on in the content release, people will be like, hey man, I would like to go run around to Io because I dig the shaders that come off that planet. Or, you know, I would like to do Crucible because, like, you know, my shaders for Crucible are, ooh, I'm gonna kill all these ads while you guys are dead. So I just feel like it I fell and died. Spoiler. I just love it. I love everything about it. I like that. You know, okay, imagine this, right? Okay, imagine the next content release is coming out, right? And they're like, okay, well, you guys, you know, you loved all these shaders that we had in Destiny 2, the core expansion, and there's these lovely shaders from all these different planets and these armor sets. When the expansion comes out, those will all be changing, and the old ones will only be available through Eververse or through Bright Ingrams. I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, the last month of the expansion, when people aren't playing, like, people are going to be like, hey, I love that shader, I want to have plenty of it, let's go do public events on Nessus because I want my shaders, you know, from that area before it's too late.
Yeah.
Carrot.
I mean, I've just been enjoying the game so much. It's hard to imagine that time that is, you know, going to come when we do feel like there isn't, you know, we don't want to play this content again and again.
Absolutely. Nem says he's loving Nebula Rose. That is actually Yuna's favorite shader as well.
That is my favorite shader.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, there are some other ones that I do really enjoy too, but that is my favorite shader for right now.
I would love to PvP with you. Alpha Destiny Gamer. I have a friend, Matt Oishi, and his Trials team is so far undefeated. I mean, just undefeated. Like, I mean, I just can't even wrap my head around what does that even mean? I told him I could help him fix that. By being a part of his fire team, I could definitely, that wouldn't be an issue for them anymore.
Right.
That's the real challenge mode. Put MarkSquare in your PvP team. Challenge mode engaged.
Oh, I love the new 4v4 on Trials, and I really enjoy a larger player base experiencing the content. It's been a lot of fun. Not that I'm not like Matt, you know. He must have made that GIF for himself that was so viral.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah, he's the GIF master. You might have seen any of the cell shaded Destiny GIFs that everyone's using. Shaq spitting his coffee, etc., etc. That's all him.
Yeah, all him.
Does a great job. Apparently just epic at PvP as well, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So one thing to put a few things in perspective, I think the beginning of a content release, a lot of people get, myself included, I've been guilty of this in the past, like for the Crota release, like you get in this mindset that I have to get this content
hey guys,
done.
What is going on with the Minotaur here?
He just died.
There's not. No, but they're not usually here. It's usually Cabal.
Oh, she's right.
Interesting. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, look, there's
Oh,
Vex.
all
Vex
Vex.
variant.
Clearly we haven't played strikes enough. The sword is actually a great idea. Unless there's no ammo in it, then it's not a great idea. Haha.
You're just trying to
you did.
steal the art.
You did.
Still Yuna's
Oh, come
kills.
Oh my
So
god,
what-
look at all these
Get the herpes.
What we did through the balance of the campaign is make exploding barrels blow up next to each other. That was the meta. Exploding barrels, OP.
Yep. Tried to troll one another.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, you know, we think to ourselves, we got to get this done. We get super stressed. We rush through the content, but there's always going to be most likely more time than there is content. So don't worry about it. Someone said to me the other day, my friend Ben, he said, we've literally got 2 to 3 years to complete this raid. It will be there. There will be new exotics and new gear that will help us to do it easier.
And that's true. That's very true.
That is very true. We don't need to get stressed out about it.
No.
Time.
Yeah, and if you haven't done a raid, if you haven't jumped in there to experience, first of all, it's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun. Certainly don't put yourself out there saying, I got to get this done the first time I hop into it. Just go in with an open mind, try to learn the mechanics, and just enjoy yourself. It's a fantastic experience. It's a lot of fun.
Mark, what did you do?
It was the lift. I forgot to wear my belt.
You forgot to wear your belt. Your safety belt.
Yep.
There's a lot of ads on that bottom row if anybody wants to try it.
We're not even there yet, Gray.
No, I'm just.
She came back to res me.
Yeah, because I'm nice.
Correct.
Well, I guess I will say that the comments I put on your Twitter descriptions probably won't be. Yeah, Nem, that's kind of unique. Yeah, variants. I didn't know. Maybe we'll get a Taken variant. That'd be kind of crazy. Oh.
So Nem has probably played quite a bit of Strikes, and he's not seen it yet either. So maybe they're adding stuff, each week that's new and exciting. That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm so gonna die. Why am I not dead? Oh my goodness. Woo! So this part in last week's Nightfall was so tough. It was just like, a death trap. Like, oh, there's all these rings you could jump through down here to reduce your time. Go ahead. Try it. You'll like it. Nope.
Yeah, that was rough. That was a little rough. Oh, I'm getting adjoining allies.
Hashtag Yuna win. She dropped in first to destroy all the harpies. I've heard that you really can't get rid of harpies for like ever. It's like it's in your system.
Yeah.
You know?
You can suppress it, but they do just teleport back.
They can be suppressed, but that is it. Teleport right onto your face. Or other places that we won't talk about.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you know what the dirty joke. All right, check that box. If you're playing Grenades and Horseshoes Bingo, check your card.
Ooh, legendary up here, and heavy ammo. Can't decide which I'm more excited about right now.
We should make a Grenades and Horseshoes Bingo card. That would be fantastic, Mark.
It would. I might get crafty on that.
Not like crafty, not PvP legend crafty, just like he will arts and crafty it.
Yeah, arts and crafty. Oh man, that's making me think of a great Destiny art with crafty in there. Arts and crafty, and it's a brand of Elmer's glue, or glue, just
yeah,
some arts and crafty on it. Woo-wee! Well, all the Destiny artists and I are excited about the new gear, new lore, and all the inspiration that comes from Destiny 2. And I know that'll kick in once I start sleeping for more than 5 hours a night. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I know.
Because each of us, we're not full-time streamers. We all have jobs that are outside of this game, and this is a hobby for us that we just happen to have, devoted 90 hours in the last 2 weeks to.
Yep. I can't believe the game's only been out for 2 weeks. It feels like much longer.
It feels like forever.
It's official. We rushed through the content. All the advice I just gave about not rushing through the content was actually aimed at myself that I should do this. I should not run through the content. No, why you disappear?
Thank you, sir.
Yep, you got it. How about this new dance?
Is that the Ministry of Silly Walks?
No, I haven't got that yet. I want that so bad. So good. Who was doing that the other day? I think it was somebody from our rate. Maybe it was Favre.
All right, this is your last chance to get some final kills. I don't know. I was feeling super confident at the beginning of this experience, and now I'm not feeling good at all.
Well, I will say this. I don't love Warlock class, but I actually usually get more kills with Warlock class than I do with Hunter.
Oh yeah?
Because of that solar grenade and I guess it's healthier, so I can stay shooting things longer than with Hunter. I gotta be a little more strategic and move around more. Also, it's just so fun to move on a Hunter that I end up moving instead of shooting things. I'm playing parkour all the time.
Oh right.
Parkour. Cleaning up Yuna's kills like a boss. Whoa!
Worth it?
Oh.
Oh, not worth it if Yuna dies.
If we wipe. We'll just farm some more kills if we wipe.
Actually, I don't think it wipes, right? Because we're not doing Nightfall. We'll just have to wait it out in shame.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
it does
wipe
wipes.
it.
Strike. Yeah,
Oh.
Nightfall doesn't
Yeah.
wipe.
Well, I guess we get a little intermission here to see what we're at. Oh
You
man!
got kicked.
2
Did Yuna
kills.
get kicked?
I'm not seeing.
I don't-
Oh, it's
Come
gonna
on.
reset her kill counter.
What the? What the heck?
Well, you were
My
at
Xbox
84.
turned off. Oh my god.
Did
It
Ollie,
turned
heck?
off?
It turned off.
did Ollie turn it off?
No. Come on, you guys. Seriously, this isn't.
We'll stop.
It's
we won't
alright.
drop it.
We'll hold.
You know what
well,
it is? It's down by my foot. I didn't.
You
stop my
kicked
foot.
it.
You kicked
I
it.
must
kicked-
have hit the button.
Your toe hit it. Your toe.
Yes.
If
betrayed
we
you.
It must have.
if we have to end it now, and I'm not saying we do, the score was 86 to 84 to 77.
I was
Oh,
soundly
am
in
I
last
at
place.
77?
No, you
And
were
we-
at 84.
Ah.
We will have to finish this because we don't want to leave this guy high and dry, but we did get a rando just joined us.
No.
Oh, I think.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know, chat. What do you
No,
think?
it's
Is that
been like 2
official?
seconds. Oh my god, why is this not turning on?
Your Xbox
I think
is
Yuna thought she had the lead and was a little bit concerned and tried to end
No.
it early. I think that's what happened.
Oh, did you guys really get a rando?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
You got a blueberry?
we did.
We did.
Vortex Prime, welcome to Planet Destiny.
Welcome to the channel. So we're gonna have to help him finish this. We can't. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
it drops. What?
Where's the-
What's happening? Oh my gosh, there's no floor. The floor is missing.
There was no clue.
Oh no.
This is weird. So what if this is glitched out? Do we start over? I think we start over.
Oh.
Mark tries much harder. No, the floor is back.
There's a floor.
Oh.
So I guess we'll just make it official on the previous score that in fact Grey Ghost
No.
wins.
He's not happy.
Man,
Well,
Yeah.
all right, we can do
I've
another.
never seen them replace someone that quickly. Come on.
He was in here.
How many times have you finished a strike because no one ever came back?
I mean, honestly, I think it. Yeah, it was.
That's
it was
just-
fast, but
It was quick. Okay.
That just caps off my day.
Yeah,
It
actually.
does. It started with my alarm not waking me up this morning, and it's ending with this.
Yeah.
oh,
Well, all right,
it'll be
so
alright. we could run a we could scratch
we can
this
do it.
one because of
No,
that, and we could
I'm
rerun
really
another one.
salty. I'm being salty. I'm sorry.
This,
Imagine what it's like being MarkSquare and losing
I'm like the ocean.
every challenge. I do think we should have. I don't think that's really a great way to end it. I think we should definitely redo it.
Yes.
We don't know what strike we'll get next either. I'm excited.
You guys don't have to redo it. I should have put my
we got time.
toys away
We're
from my
an
Xbox.
hour and 20 minutes into the show. We usually go for about 2 hours max. So we got time to do another one.
Oh.
We just don't want to give up on this rando.
Yeah, we don't
get him through.
we don't want to Vortex Prime to
Plus, it's his big debut on Planet Destiny. We're
maybe unless he's a streamer on here. We don't know.
oh, that's true.
No, we don't. We know he's not.
We know he's not.
Oh goodness! I just got absolutely bounced into the air. Got a nade for you. Ooh, he hates me right now. Ooh wee. I do enjoy all of the mechanics for the strike bosses. I've had a lot of fun playing the. We might get Nem's pick, the Pyramidion, as well. If we keep going.
I hope so. I haven't had that one come around yet. I think you and Yuna did it while I was taking a nap during our launch week.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Oh, how did I get off the? Interesting.
Uh-oh, your dot's gonna stay up here unless I get
It
to you.
will.
Oh no, I couldn't do it.
That's all right.
Whoa, something heavy landed behind me. It was that guy.
Yeah, this strike, I mean, this was what was in the beta, so I'm probably least excited about this strike because I played it the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a good strike. It's a good length. I think it has a good variety of content and enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I concur. He's a little bit less spongy now, bullet spongy than he was in the strike, in the beta. I'm saying. Yeah, it took a while to knock him out in the beta.
Yeah, I agree. It made it a little hard. And maybe just a little monotonous, too.
Yeah.
This is a bad idea.
Is it?
No regrets. Uh-oh, are we gonna wipe again?
Oh no, Vortex Prime!
No. Vortex Prime for the carry, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, with
Big
that
time.
wall.
Oh, no!
Oh no! Oh my god, there's so many!
Struggle bus. Oh, it's the struggle bus. We're on it.
Yep, you are on the
Take
struggle
it all the
bus.
way to the station.
Alright,
Catching up with you, Greg. Catching up with you.
We'll play smart.
What if Vortex Prime just gives up on us?
Yeti.
Okay, I'm gonna put on my loadout that I'm just like for sure we can do lots of DPS with, and it is Cold Heart.
What's your guys' feeling about not having any ammunition sense?
I can
Um,
a little bit, but not too bad.
You think it's an odd move for them to remove that from the game?
No, I think it's their way of kind of controlling the meta a little bit better.
yeah. Yeah, if they put synths in, then they basically have to make.
And everyone's just gonna use heavy all the time.
Yeah, they have to make boss encounters designed to handle people just using it 100% of the time, and then it makes it too spongy the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm.
About that exotic watermelon shotgun I've got right here. Oh man, just when I did the alpha strike on him, disappeared.
It's actually a shame you can't put shaders on exotics. 'Cause then it would truly be exo watermelon.
Oh no, that's very true. Exo exotic. Oh, those Vex parts just hitting the ground. I feel like I just wasted that shotgun ammo a little bit.
You're using hawthorns.
Yeah, I love that shotgun. If anybody's looking for a really good fast fire shotgun. Whoa. Whoa, instantly wrecked. Ah, man. We need our full fire team. We can't defeat this without Yuna with us. It's really.
He's teleporting.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Whee! Heavy
All right,
ammo.
We'll get it this time.
Yep.
No good reason not to.
Yeah, I wasn't being careful last time. There was a pretty epic pun battle today that occurred on Twitter. If you guys want to check it out, search for @MarkSquare_ and look at my comments, or @DanFinatwitch and check that out. It was so good. Between him and the Legend Blue and a few other people got involved.
I hadn't seen that yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's so good. It turned into like a pun battle. His head fell off. That's related to the boss, not the pun battle. That'd be one heck of a. Going down. Yes.
Much easier.
Now we're gonna get the exact piece of loot we need to beat this with more kills than Yunalala. I think I'm on the wrong side of the chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
it was good.
Who's leader? Are you leader?
Yep.
Could probably take us up.
I have 18,061 kills on my kill tracker ghost.
Okay, let me hop in.
Fantastic. All right. So now that we've had our warm-up round, this is the one that counts.
Yep. This is the one that counts. This is the one where MarkSquare
Kicks everyone's
continues.
booties.
No, continues to not impress, but is still happy about it.
Still happy about not impressing.
Yeah, Nem says that he loves Dan. He is so funny, or too funny. I agree. It just
funny.
super entertains me all the time. Let's see. Here we go. Vanguard strikes.
When is
and
Yunalala gonna ditch these losers?
it's double. It's coming through the Xbox chat too, I think.
I think I just hit it twice.
Oh.
That really totes my goats.
Sorry, Zavala. I won't do it again.
He likes it doubled up. Like,
I just realized I've been playing this whole time without my headset on too, so I didn't have any audio cues. So
oh, that was why. That's why you
Yeah,
got
that's
kicked
2
off.
kills right there.
yeah.
Would have tied you with Gray.
Your green screen did slide over though.
Oh, the cat.
Oh, the cat is revealed.
Yeah.
Man, I
The
keep
cat
just
on
it's
stream.
crazy. I think at this point of the game, before we get tied into this and trying too hard, I'd like to give a kind of a shout out to all the people that Gray and I got to meet at PAX, whether we met them the first time there or just the first time we'd met them in real life. Kills, Jag, Lynn, Remy, Leadoff Man, Dakota Dark, Jez, Sarah, Fury, Cooley, Cortana, the Cryptarch, Paris, Nanowatts, Air Bubbles, Seabay, Tay, and everywhere I went, whether it was brunch or dinner, Lace Summerstone. Everywhere I went, he was there, or everywhere he went, I was there. We had some kind of weird artist umbilicus tying us together. It was really great. Fun times, though. Good to meet all these people.
Is this the
This is the
Pyramidion?
Pyramidion. It is.
Oh, you called it, Nim.
Well, you guys are going to have a little advantage because this is my first time.
Oh, a Pyramidion Virgin. There's a little whirlwind out here, a little air tornado.
I'm excited.
He is thrilled about this. I'm powering up this plate with this silly dance.
The crazy thing about these quantum Vex is even after you kill them, they're both alive and dead.
What? Is there some kind of science reason for this?
It's a Schrodinger's cat joke.
Dude, that joke was literally too smart for me to get. Kudos! I know now that you said that, but I had to have all kinds of cues.
By the way, Yuna, if you name that cat behind you Schrodinger, I would be very impressed.
No, it's Jinx. Because it gets into hijinks.
Oh, I like that too. Ooh, I'm getting tons of heavy ammo.
This looks really cool.
It's one of Nem's favorites. He says it's a beautiful strike. Tell us what you like about this in chat there, Nem.
It is
Lay
a
it out.
beautiful strike for sure.
Someone in chat earlier said that the frame rate dips on the Xbox. They did not enjoy that. I have an Xbox Elite. I've noticed that. I've noticed it much more than I've noticed it on the PS4 Pro, and much more severe actually. A lot more halting and distracting. So that might be something that they could patch or.
Yeah, I believe him when Luke Smith said during E3 that they tried to uncap the frame rate, turn it up to 60 frames per second, and the game literally just locked down. Like it can't do it. 4K it just can't do it.
Yep.
Which is, that's just to say that they've put more into the experience of the particle physics, the graphics, the textures than they have frame rate.
Thank you.
But
Well, if you got hurt, you
once
guys
we
are
start-
favored to win.
Once we start doing PC, we'll get to see what uncapped frame rate on this engine really looks like.
Yep. The beta was beautiful on PC for sure. Yeah, the environment, he says, is beautiful in the strike, and I totally agree with that. Oh. These energy beams,
interesting.
everything. It's
Wow.
fun, too, diving through all this stuff. Like, a lot of people don't make it through. This is dodging these things is maybe a type of skill that is not practiced very much in Destiny. Ooh, triple by Yuna there. Gosh. Okay, I might have cleaned up some there. May or may not have.
Oh man, that grenade is right where they're spawning too.
Oh no.
Lucky.
Oh! Super!
I will take your orbs, sir, for the next encounter. Wow, this strike looks amazing.
It does. Yes! Oh! All the super kills! Neener, neener! Oh, out of sword. There is not super a good cue for Destiny 2 that you're out of energy sword, except for you hit something and you don't hit it.
Yeah.
But I like it better. I like
Oh,
it better
that-
like that, because your sword doesn't look all
Still
broken
got
up
hurt.
and weird. Oh, this part. Ouch. Sparks. Asher's story is kind of sad, really. You know,
Does it go through
he's
more
got all
of it
that snark.
in this?
Yeah, he's got all that snark because he's hurting. That's why. I might be playing more into that, but I really like Asher's story as a character. Oh dang! Oh. Uh-oh. Bad nade. Stealing all the kills.
Oh, I think he's got that one too. Whew. I don't know. This is gonna be a tight race again. Oh, do we have an altar to activate?
Run. And the Grimoire card for I'm a Hive nerd as well. They're my favorite nim. In the Grimoire card, Erismorn
Oh,
says she's last seen with Asher in the tower's med bay.
oh, are you guys like way ahead of me?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there was a fire team. Oh, that was supposed to be a slide, and I popped my
Uh-oh.
healing rift. What in the bananas? It's just another warlock
Don't worry.
glitch that I don't like.
Not sure
Or
where you guys
warlock
are.
It's
characteristic.
okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
No.
Ah, carrying the team.
Let's see. Well,
Okay, I'm gonna reread Nim's sentence.
you
here.
guys are
Guys,
stealing all my kills. Look at me with 30 assists. Damn it.
I didn't even look. In the Grimoire card, Eris Morn, that's the name of the Grimoire card, she's last seen with Asher in the Tower Medbay. So there was a fire team that went through, some of the only lore I've ever looked into very deeply was the lore surrounding the first Crota run. Ariana 5 and, Eris Morn's like failed
Mm-hmm.
Crota.
Yep. Down
my
to
goodness.
I'm gonna lose.
the dark
So
below.
you guys are killing things and I'm dead.
I'm trying to come back for you.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, on the dark below. And I was wondering, it would be sweet if Asher was in that fire team.
Thanks, Mark.
Mm-hmm. I'd be so into it. Ariana 5's ship is actually in Destiny 2. Which I'm super...
Oh, I don't think I've seen that yet.
Yeah, I have it on... I'll actually show it after this. Huh? Did you just throw a ramen bowl over?
I did.
It went through the portal. Now different dimensions are going to know about that ramen shop. Oh, no sword ammo. the right thing for the team. It's the wrong thing for my KD, or my number of kills. I threw my solar grenade on that big guy.
Oh, sure. Ooh. Wow, it's hot over there.
Oh, stuck on a wall.
Oh.
Hunter fail,
Okay.
or Warlock fail. Oh, Mark dead again.
Oh,
Mistakes
he
were
had a
made.
sliver of health, too.
Oh, no. So I didn't know I was in real trouble being a hunter primary and building a warlock to please my raid team until we did the nightfall for the first time. And things got a little bit difficult, and I was like, oh my god, I can't survive hard content, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake for everyone, not just for me. Being a
So
warlock is hard
crazy.
for me. Some people know how to play it correctly, I do not. The Leviathan and Titan out in the water. Justin was telling us about that last night, Nem. There was, if you look out over the water for a certain amount of time, you'll see it. Have to hack these. Legends of Khufu says those beams are lethal, yo. I agree. So wrecked by those so many times. Ooh, legendary though. Who
Oh,
really
I got a
wins?
legendary income from it as well. So we got 2 more pillars. Did we miss some at the beginning? I think
Yeah,
so.
we did. I got the one underneath.
Alright, I'll get this one on top.
Yeah, even though I'm a Hive sympathizer, there's something really cool about all the Vex tech and stuff. For sure.
Breach the final warp gate. This strike is awesome. Nem, you were correct.
It
This
is.
is the best strike.
Look at this. Wow.
Oh, wow. It's like the start of a strike or a raid.
Oh no.
Wow, that is incredible.
Whee!
Oh, it slows you down?
Nem says you can see the full body and massive size of it inside the Golden Age CPU room. Thing is scary huge. Oh wow, I'll have to go and check that out on the patrol on Titan is where he's talking about. Walk into that. Seems safe.
Whoa! This guy's huge!
Zoinks! Jinkies!
It's mini Atheon.
It might even be just like Atheon's identical or non-identical twin. Atheon with a different hairdo. Atheoff.
Alright, I'm in Mars. I'm in Mars.
Ooh, he's behind he's in a glass case of emotion right now. Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, what was killing me?
Might have been me. I was shooting this cold heart. Heal me. Oh my gosh, that arc bolt grenade. Stole all 3 of my kills. Why did I res you?
Why
Why?
did I res you?
Hashtag friendship. That's cool.
I
Oh.
gotta bail.
Oh. Oh.
Somebody bailed too late.
The warlock just can't get out of there. Need to be playing coward class. He hates me with that sniper. Oh, a rock appeared. Thought it appeared on top of you.
Oh, it kind of traps you in that little area. That's an interesting mechanic. Bungee.
Oh, button. Hey, you. Last case of emotion time. Why does he always shoot at me? I did get this helmet. It's kind of big for my body, but it's super beautiful. It came off of Titan, I think. Makes me look like a space cadet.
Oh no.
There was a pair of...
I fell
It's your
off
first
the
time
map.
running this strike. It is Gray's first time. I've ran
Yep.
it once before. We were doing a kill race as well, and there are beer reasons why I'm not better than I am as well. If that was part of your question, Lee.
Oh!
What'd you do, Yuna? What'd you do?
Oh, I slammed right into the abyss.
Hi-ya!
Oh, I'd res you. I just don't know where you are.
I got her. Oh, but first, let me take a selfie. Woo! Oh no, these guys explode when you hit them with swords. Yeah, Legends. I think it's probably mine too. I think the boss is probably one of the more satisfying bosses. I liked that guy that disappeared at first as my favorite strike boss. I probably still do as long as I'm not, stressed for time.
Oh,
Gray is
bad news,
aggressively
guys.
hiding.
Bad news.
Yeah, great.
I can respawn in 3. Let's see if I can hit
Let's
it.
see if you can hit it.
Yes! Ha ha!
Wow.
You can just call me Clutch Square. No, for real. Ah!
Sweet.
Just staying alive. That is not a gun. That's a sword.
Do you have that free reload on your healing rift?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I stopped using that. So there's a pair of Warlock boots that you can, your rift, if someone steps into and out of your rift, it reloads their weapons automatically. I'd just like to say, you have to wear an exotic pair of boots to make it happen, number one. The Titan gets it for free with his short shield, just like on his subclass, no exotic required. No one knows about it on your Warlock. Also,
Oh no.
if you're in the raid and you're on the final boss, you're standing on these little pedestals.
Oh, no.
I
Oh, we
almost
get a
did,
little
and I
score
was like,
recap
"Dad."
here.
All right, let's see. Once again, MarkSquare is in 3rd place. I just feel like they're not very good. I just feel like that's not a very good thing. If you want that ability, run a Titan. That's what I'm saying. So I switched to the Sun Bracers, the exotic gauntlets that make your solar grenade, better. I like that. We are summoning the Genesis mind at this point. So, who in the chat can name all the strikes? So we've got this one, we've got the inverted spire, we've got the one where the guy's invisible,
Yeah, with the Nightfall this week.
Winter's Guile on my Void Lock. Is that the name of those boots, Nem? So explain to me what all is involved in making those boots pay off. Do you just have to educate the fire teams you're in, or pop them later. Maybe pop the damage rift after people need the reload. Oh, they're the gauntlets, the Winter's Guile. Okay, my bad. I'd forgot what those boots were called. Then I infused them into my legendary boots. Woo!
Oh, I jumped off the map again. Derpa.
Huh?
Switch over to Mark.
I'm just making some laps to stay alive. Nem Plays actually is part of the Planet Destiny crew that gives real info and gathers facts and is a valuable streamer on the channel. So you can he will post his stream times here in the chat, so you guys can come tune in for his streams. Okay, so the Winter's Guile are a pair of gauntlets that increase your melee damage, and it stacks up to 5 times if you use with Devour. Oh! It just stacks anyway, but if you use it with Devour, it's so good. Oh wow! So you get all the health.
Devour is a very, beneficial perk. I'm surprised at the existence of Devour in the game, and the animation is fantastic. I love it when the Warlock eats that grenade.
I don't know that I've actually experienced that.
Oh, really? Yeah, you should check it out.
Ooh. I've used Devour, but I used it just by punching things to get my health back.
Oh, there's a way to, when you trigger it, you're without doing the melee piece of it, to trigger it, your Warlock consumes a grenade.
Yeah, I was looking at that pretty heavily, just in the menu during the beta. That boss sniper, though. All right, Nem's stream schedule is Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I assume that is New York or Eastern time. Oh wow, with those gauntlets you can one-hit kill some yellow bar full shield enemies with those gauntlets. Wow. Man. If I could get used to the movement on a Warlock and not die all the time, I would be super into that. I was talking about it a little bit earlier with some people, and I don't. It's user error. I don't play the game correctly to be a Warlock. I play like a hunter still, but try to do it on a Warlock. It just does not work very well. I had in my mind that I could use the healing rift like I use invisibility on a Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, I can't believe I made it back. I feel like dancing.
Alright, the fanatics are out.
Oh, looks like another hashtag Yuna win right here.
No.
You see this? All the kills.
Nope, definitely not all the kills. Not enough of the kills.
Oh gosh, my cover just disappeared.
Right. Next round of ads is coming. More fanatics.
Oh, this is when I start hitting them with swords. Oh.
I think I'd advise against that, Mark.
It's a good advice. It's kind of good advice, I guess.
I'm going for Mark.
I'll get his attention.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. NEM's schedule is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. LA time. So that's Pacific Standard Time, Seattle time,
All right, he's
West
gonna
Coast
enrage, without his head, so just make sure you have some cover.
Or I can take him on myself with this super.
Yeah, you did quite well, actually.
Melee to death.
Oh, nice. I think you did get the kill mark.
Yeah.
All right.
Was it worth
Who
it?
gets
Did I
to...
make up for my poor performance with that final heroic move?
Ooh, lots of glimmer. All right, let's see who gets to customize the Twitter
I think
profile
it's going to be
description
Gray.
for
I
the
spent
next
too
one.
much time dead.
I'm feeling decent about it. Feeling decent.
Yeah.
Not overly confident because the end encounter there was a lot of supers that I didn't get a lot of kills on, but
That's true. You went pretty ham at the end of that, Yuna.
Yeah, but I still... It's going to be Gray.
Oh, one
It is
8
definitely
Gray.
Gray.
better
Yeah.
I didn't even
devils.
break into the
That's all
triple digits.
Yeah.
God, what am I doing with my life?
That better devils. I don't know. There's something about that hand cannon. It just mows down ads.
No, that's very true. You're using a very high impact weapon that like will clean up kills. Like every shot, you're probably cleaning up a kill. I'm auto rifling. Okay.
Well, technically, if we do kills
Assist.
and assists, I win by 2.
Did you see how many assists I had? 55. I had 55 assists. I had like almost as many assists as I had kills.
Taking us back to the desk. Going back to the office.
That was great.
man.
That was a great segment,
All right,
guys.
I'm
I-
happy those that are in the chat still. Thanks for sticking around for a little bit of an extra long episode, but we were off for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that's fair enough. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like MarkSquare and Yunalala's Twitter profile description to say, you can send it to @GrayGhost2E, and let's see what we can create on there. Mark is going to be disappointed. He's not going to get any poop jokes on his Twitter
No poo
profile.
jokes.
No poo jokes.
Come on. Come on. Can it be
It's
about
gotta be
hairy
good.
bellies?
Yeah. So it's got to run from whenever I send it to them to the start of next week's show.
Oof. All right. All right. So I just hope Gray has a really busy day at work tomorrow and he can't dedicate any time.
Oh, I think he's going to do this before he even goes to bed tonight. He's
Well,
just too
I
excited.
got to do it quick because if I don't, I'm actually going to go visit MarkSquare in Kentucky, and he's going to make sure that I stay way too intoxicated through the weekend to even think about coming up with a Twitter profile description.
We are headed
Oh,
to
is that this week? I didn't.
Bourbon Festival.
I forgot.
Yep, we're going to the
Yep.
Bourbon and Beyond Music Festival in Louisville? In
Louisville.
Kentucky.
So it wasn't that Yuna wasn't invited. It's that she was invited and she said no.
Well, I was
That's not true.
specifically invited,
So-
but I still
super.
can't go. I got the mom duties.
So
Uh,
if
she
you
had
are
a lot of
watching the
people
show
invited.
and you happen to be going to that specific festival, if you see a couple short guys with Destiny shirts on, find us. We'd love to meet you.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yep.
fantastic.
One's a 40-year-old virgin, and one uses conditioner for shampoo.
Hey,
you just
even-
guess who's who.
You've been talking to Savala too much. That's not fair.
That's amazing. Well, I really enjoyed episode 9 of Grenades and Horseshoes, guys. Thanks for joining me.
Great
to
Ghost
do the
uses
show.
conditioner for shampoo.
I don't know why he's echoing himself. That's not fair.
He's echoing.
Get your
So
guardian garters in a twist.
All right.
thank you, Zavala. That's great advice. It's anti-chafing. It doesn't do anything for your happiness level either to get your guardian garters in a twist.
No.
And so yeah, great show. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be here on the Planet Destiny Twitch channel to do another episode of Grenades and Horseshoes. Thank you to everybody in the chat for hanging out. We really appreciate that. And we will see you on the next go around.
Yep. Have a good
Thanks,
week, everybody.
guys.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you can't catch the live show, then you can find the replays on the Grenades and Horseshoes YouTube channel. If you'd like to stay connected to the community during the week, you can reach us at our show Twitter handle, at GNH Show, or at our individual handles at MarkSquare_, at GreyGhost2E, and at Yunalala. We're also open to any ideas you may have, or seeing any clips that you would like to send in. Please send the feedback to gnhfeedback@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.